Right now, in your hands, you may be holding a dollar, a coin, or a simple bill. But let me tell you, you are not holding money. You are holding divine energy, wrapped in paper, cloaked in numbers, but born of infinite substance. This is not the wealth of man, it is the wealth of spirit. And it responds to your words. The world tells you money is hard to earn, that it slips through your fingers, that only the lucky or the ruthless rise. But that is a lie born of fear, and we are not children of fear. We are heirs of abundance. So I say to you, hold that money. Look at it not with worry, not with doubt, but with the eyes of power, with the eyes of one who knows the truth. This money is a symbol of God's infinite supply. It flows to me freely, abundantly, and without end. Say it boldly. Say it believing. Say it as if the very walls of your life are about to be rebuilt in gold. Money is not your master. It is your messenger, and you send it out with faith, and it returns singing songs of multiplication. The law is simple. What you bless, blesses you. What you curse, withers. So bless your finances. Bless your wallet. Bless your hands. Bless every cent, and declare, every dollar I touch is a seed of prosperity. It multiplies under grace, in perfect ways. I have seen miracles flow to those who dared to declare abundance, while the world around them screamed lack. I have watched pennies become fortunes in the hands of those who spoke with divine authority, not desperation. And why? Because the law of prosperity is no respecter of bank balances. It responds to bold faith. So, I ask you, will you stand in lack, or will you rise in faith? Will you speak life over your money? Will you claim the abundance that is already yours by divine right? Take the money in your hand, and say aloud, I am a magnet for divine supply. Wealth flows to me now. What I give, I receive, multiplied. I live in the overflow. Do not whisper it, declare it, feel it. Let the vibration of your words align with the rhythm of heaven's treasury. You were not born for struggle. You were born for sovereignty. You are not chasing money. Money is drawn to you by the spiritual laws you activate. So go forth today not with fear, but with fire. Not with doubt, but with declaration. Not begging for wealth, but commanding it, with wisdom, love, and unwavering faith. Hold your money. Speak over it. Bless it, and watch it multiply. Money is a spiritual idea, not just a material object. This truth stands in direct contradiction to the world's loudest messages. From the time we are young, we are taught that money is earned only by effort, struggle, or luck. We are led to believe that its supply is finite, that it belongs to a select few, and that we must compete, hustle, and sacrifice our peace to obtain it. But the reality, the spiritual reality, is far more liberating and far more powerful. Money is not just paper. It is not simply a system of trade. It is a symbol of the infinite abundance that flows from the unseen into the seen. It is a physical representation of divine substance, a form that spirit takes to meet our earthly needs. When we treat money as merely a cold object, a thing to hoard or chase, we fall out of harmony with the higher laws that govern true wealth. But when we recognize money as a divine idea, we come into alignment with Source, and what we align with, we attract. Everything begins as an idea in the mind of the divine. Just as health, love, creativity, and freedom are spiritual ideas, so is money. And because money is spiritual in origin, it cannot be limited by outer appearances. Your bank account may show a low number, but that is not your true supply. Your job may appear to be your only income stream, but that is not your true source. The infinite source, God, divine intelligence, universal mind is the wellspring from which all good flows, and that well is never dry. Wealth, then, becomes a matter of consciousness, not circumstance. Your ability to receive is governed not by the economy, but by your awareness of the abundance already available to you. If you believe money is hard to get, you close the door on your supply. But when you understand that money is always circulating, always seeking open channels to flow through, you become a magnetic force for its return. You begin to attract prosperity not through force or fear but through faith. This spiritual view transforms how we interact with money. We no longer fear it or idolize it. We don't chase it or resist it. We bless it. We hold it with reverence. We speak life into it, not because the paper has power, but because the source behind it does. This is why speaking affirmations while holding money is so potent. It is a moment of union between the visible and the invisible, between what we hold and what we believe. When you truly grasp that money is a spiritual idea, you stop operating from desperation and start acting from dominion. You claim your divine inheritance. You know that you are supported, supplied, and sustained by something higher than any paycheck. And from that awareness, your financial reality begins to mirror your spiritual understanding. That is the true wealth, a kind that multiplies, flows, and never runs dry. Fear and faith cannot coexist in the same space. One must rise as the other falls. And nowhere is this more evident than in the realm of money. Fear of lack is one of the greatest obstacles to prosperity, is a mental and emotional state that not only blocks the flow of abundance, but invites the very condition we wish to avoid. When you fear not having enough, you're aligning yourself with shortage, scarcity, and separation from source. You begin to act from anxiety, think from limitation, and speak words that echo poverty, and by spiritual law, those vibrations return to you in kind. But faith is the exact opposite. Faith is the energy that connects you with divine supply. It is not hope, and it is not wishful thinking. Faith is knowing. Faith is standing in the middle of what looks like nothing and declaring that you are abundantly provided for. Faith is the inner assurance that, no matter what appearances suggest, the infinite substance of the universe is already working on your behalf. It is the quiet power that says, I do not need to see it to believe it, I believe it, and therefore I will see it. Fear creates tension, and tension constricts the flow. It shrinks the channel through which blessings can move. Fear says, what if I lose what I have? Faith says, what is mine by divine right cannot be taken from me. Fear says, I must cling to this money in case more doesn't come. Faith says, I give and receive freely, knowing supply is unlimited. When you hold your money in fear, it slips through your fingers like sand. But when you hold it with faith, when you bless it, speak life into it, and release it, enjoy it, comes back multiplied. This is why affirmations spoken while holding money are so powerful. They are acts of faith. They declare not just your desire, but your trust. They tell your subconscious mind and the universal mind that you are no longer operating from lack, but from divine certainty. You may not have all the answers, but you know the source that does. You may not see the full harvest yet, but you are planting with confidence, knowing the soil of spirit always produces in due season. When fear of lack knocks at your door, you must answer with truth. You must say, I do not participate in the energy of lack. I align with divine abundance. My needs are met. My supply is sure. My good cannot be withheld. You cannot afford to entertain fearful thoughts, because they are expansive, they cost you peace, clarity, and manifestation. Faith is the currency of the spiritual world. It is the key that unlocks every door, the magnet that draws provision to you from expected and unexpected sources. So cultivate it, protect it, speak it, and most importantly, act from it. The world may tremble in uncertainty, but you will stand firm in the knowledge that your source is eternal, unshakable, and forever. Flowing prosperity affirmations are far more than positive thinking or hopeful repetition. They are spiritual declarations, commands issued to both the subconscious mind and the universal law. When spoken with conviction, especially while holding money, they become powerful tools of transformation, aligning your inner world with the vibration of abundance. Every word we speak carries a frequency, and the subconscious does not argue with us. It simply accepts what it is told over and over again. So, when you speak affirmations from a place of spiritual authority, you are planting seeds in the fertile soil of your consciousness, and those seeds must grow. Most people speak about money based on what they see, what's in their bank account, their job status, their current bills. They say things like, I can't afford that, or money doesn't come easily, without realizing that every word is a decree. What you repeatedly declare, you eventually experience. If your language is full of lack, your life will mirror it. But when you speak words of prosperity, truths rooted in the spiritual reality of infinite supply, you begin to shift your experience from the inside out. You move from being a victim of circumstance to a creator in divine partnership. Holding money in your hands while affirming abundance takes this process to a deeper level. It bridges the spiritual with the physical. The subconscious mind responds strongly to physical sensation and repetition. When you physically hold money, your brain registers its presence. When you speak over it, your words imprint directly into your energy field. You are, in that moment, forming a new relationship with wealth, not as something external and scarce, but as something you are connected to, something you command through divine right. Imagine saying, money flows to me in expected and unexpected ways. While holding a single dollar, that dollar becomes a point of focus, a symbol of the greater supply you are calling in. You are not worshiping the money, You are using it as a tool to activate the vibration of wealth within yourself. That single act sends a clear message to the universe. You are ready, you are receptive, and you are operating under the law of abundance, not the illusion of limitation. The universe responds to energy, not desperation. Begging doesn't bring wealth, belief does. Faith does. Declaration does. Your affirmations are not about convincing God or trying to manifest something from scratch. They are about aligning your own consciousness with the truth that abundance already exists. You are not trying to create prosperity. You are tuning into it. And once you are in tune with that frequency, the outer world begins to reflect it. New opportunities appear. Money comes through unexpected channels. Resources arrive right on time. This is the power of speaking with intention while holding the substance you wish to multiply. You're not just saying words, you're making spiritual law visible. You're activating the principle that what you focus on with faith and declare with power will return to you in kind. Affirmations are not wishful thinking. They are divine commands, and the universe always obeys a command spoken in faith. There is a divine law that governs all giving and receiving, often called the law of circulation. It is simple, yet profoundly powerful. What you give out with love and faith returns to you multiplied. Money is not meant to be clutched in fear or hidden away in doubt. It is energy. And energy must move, just like air must flow, and water must run freely to remain fresh and life-giving. So must money be allowed to circulate in order to multiply. When you understand this, you begin to treat money not as something to be hoarded or feared, but as something to bless, to send out with purpose, and to welcome back with gratitude. When you bless your money, you change its energetic signature. You elevate it from a neutral object to a vessel of good. You declare, "This money goes forth to bless and prosper all who touch it, and it returns to me multiplied under grace." This isn't just poetic, it is spiritual law in motion. That which you bless, blesses you. That which you give with trust returns to you, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. The universe is not stingy. It is abundant by nature, but it responds to your vibration, your belief, your words, your willingness to release. The problem many face is that they give in fear or with resentment. They pay bills with irritation. They tithe or donate from obligation, and then they wonder why they don't see increase. The energy with which you release money is the same energy with which it will return. If you give in lack, you attract more lack. But if you give with joy, with peace, with a knowing that your source is infinite, then you open the floodgates of return. Every time you spend money, you have an opportunity to activate this law. You can say, "This money is a channel of good. I send it out in faith, and it returns to me in greater measure." Do not see it as losing money, see it as planting a seed. No farmer grieves over the seeds he places in the soil. He knows a harvest is coming, and so it is with you. When you circulate money with the right consciousness, you are planting into the field of divine substance, and the harvest must come. It is law. Even a small act of giving, when done with the right spirit, can open the windows of heaven. A dollar given in love carries more power than a fortune held in fear. It's not about the amount, it's about the energy. You are constantly communicating with the universe through your actions, your feelings, and your intentions. When you treat every transaction as a sacred exchange, you begin to operate as a spiritual steward of wealth, not just a consumer. So bless your money, bless what you give, bless what you receive, and above all, trust the law. It never fails. Circulate your money with joy, and watch as it circles back to you in ways you never imagined, expanded, multiplied, and right on time.